Welcome back to our show. I'm Eliott Rodriguez in for Michelle Gillen. Broward SCORE is a nonprofit organization that's been helping entrepreneurs and small business men and women start, develop, and grow businesses in Broward County for 50 years now. The organization, Hispanic Unity, has been since 1982 assisting immigrants and refugees successfully transition into a productive American life and try to achieve the American dream. Well, now Broward SCORE and Hispanic Unity are teaming up in a way that has the potential to benefit a lot of people in South Florida. Joining me this morning to talk about this exciting joint venture is George Gremse and Ingrid Eliott Rodriguez. George is the chair at Broward SCORE, and Ingrid is the program manager for Hispanic Unity's economic programs. And thank you both for being here. It sounds like a partnership made in heaven, because you have the know-how, and you've been doing this for a long time with entrepreneurs and would-be entrepreneurs, and you're helping the Hispanic community in Broward, which is growing. Tell me about this teamwork, how it came about.
Well, Hispanic Unity of Florida has been serving folks who have been interested in starting their own businesses for many years. Right. What we realized, and the feedback that we received from those clients, was that they really needed something more in-depth, more intensive guidance and technical assistance. So we reached out to our partners at Broward SCORE and tried to ask them to help us facilitate, really giving them much more of a robust program. And
what were some of the challenges that people were coming to you with looking for help?
One of the major challenges was language. We have a lot of bilingual folks. As you know, we have a lot of immigrants in Broward County, and so they really were looking for information in their language. There's a lot of information out in English, but they really needed some more assistance in their given language.
And George, how were you able to step in and help out?
Well, luckily we have a cadre of about 55 volunteers in the Broward chapter of SCORE. SCORE is a much larger organization. We have 11,000 volunteers in 325 chapters across the United States. But we have 55 in Broward, and about 30% of them are bilingual and have a lot of good backgrounds and different skills in human relations, IT, accounting, things like that. So it's a matter of taking our content that was in English, right, converting some of it to Spanish, and then teaching, using the bilingual teachers.
You know what? I mean, I can completely relate to this, because my parents came here from Cuba without speaking a word of English, and my dad was a businessman. He started his own business in New York City and was successful. Tell me about how the workshops that you're putting on can help somebody like that, somebody new to this country who maybe has some knowledge of a business from where they came from, but wants to start a business here.
Yeah. Well, we find we have what we call an entry-level program. It's 5 different workshops. It takes them through building the foundation of the business, takes them through sales, marketing, the finances needed, financial projections, that type of thing. And that's a pretty good, strong program. We do that in the English language. Right. I'm sorry, we do that in Spanish with the bilingual teachers. So they're taking kind of new immigrants, many of whom have good business skills from the countries they're coming from, right?
And these are programs that you've had for years in English, and you continue having them in English.
That's correct. Right. We run over 200 workshops a year in Broward County.
And what's been the reaction from the folks in the immigrant community?
It's been a fantastic reaction from the community. They really are appreciative of us being able to partner with an organization that can facilitate their needs for more information in their language, and it's really been a fantastic partnership.
And you told me earlier that you have at least one success story you can tell us about. I can't wait to hear it.
We have, from, I believe it was our 2nd year working together, we have a gentleman, his name is Anthony Ciccolini. He started and he also came from his country with great business savvy and a business. He started his own web design company with his wife, and they're located in Miramar, Florida. So not only were able to start their business, they now have a great contract with the city of Miramar, and now they have employed 3 employees. So it's really becoming a full circle. So now job creation is coming out of all the work that we've done together.
George, help me understand your workshops and what exactly, in any language, how you are able to help people who have a vision of starting a business but really don't have the know-how to do it and the financial backing to do it.
Sure. We take them through the different steps. So how do you start a business? And some of the workshops are around, do we form a sole proprietorship, an S Corp, an L Corp? How do we get you started legally? How do we get bank accounts started? How, the basics of opening a a business. From there, we'll move them into how do you get customers, right? Let's get customers before we do anything else. Then how many customers do you need? Where are you going to get them from? And that moves into sales and marketing. And then what's the infrastructure that you're going to use? How are you going to deliver your product or your services? Are you doing retail? You're doing wholesale? You're doing some combination of the two, and then we'll move them into accounting, financial structure, and particularly new businesses starting out. What kind of money do you need to get going, and where are you going to get the money from?
That's got to be the big question, because a lot of people have ideas there, but they say, well, how much capital do you need backing you up?
That's very.
What do you tell them when they say, well, I don't know
well, I mean, we're fairly honest with them. There's not a lot of money that's available for new businesses starting out from scratch. So you tend to have a 0 to 24-month period where you have to be able to fund yourself through family and friends, that type of thing. And that's often enough to get a business, particularly a small business, going and started. And about the and there's some microloans available from different organizations that we can put people in contact through. So we can get them we can oftentimes get them some seed money or some money to get started.
Ingrid, talk to me about the type of business that we're talking about here in the Hispanic community in Broward. What are we talking about? Mom and pop stores or online?
In some instances, it's mom and pop, but we do have an influx of immigrants who had businesses in their former country. So we have a lot of import, export. We have web design. We have really, it's really a really big mix of businesses that are coming to us.
And this partnership has been going on for 3 years. And if somebody is interested in one of your workshops, whether they be in English or Spanish, how do they go about doing that?
The best way is to go to our website, www.broward.score.org, and there's information on the workshops there.
And in Espanol, you can get information as well.
Absolutely. Or you can go to our website, www.hispanic.unity.org, and we'll link you to SCORE's website.
Ingrid Eckbald and George Gremse, thank you very much for joining us on Focus.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice talking to you. All right, coming up ahead, you're going to meet a couple of men who will likely inspire you. The story of how they beat the odds to lead an independent and self-sufficient life is next.